Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Please, if you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me and if you can see my screen as well. Please, can you hear me? Let me know, please, if you can hear me in the comment section. I will appreciate you if you do so. Thank you. I will appreciate it if you can let me know in the comment section, please, if you can hear me. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, yes, thank you so much for that. Yes, you can hear me. Very good. So, good afternoon once again. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Frank. Welcome to Driving School Tutorial. So today, this afternoon, we are going to answer some questions together under the topic NORME sulla circolazione dei veicoli. So as usual, I'm going to display the questions. If you believe the answer is vero, you leave it in the comment section. If you believe it's falso, you leave it also in the comment section. So let us proceed with the first question today, which is this one here. It says, l'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si affretti a sgombrare l'incrocio quando compaia su semaforo la luce gialla fissa e non sia in grado di arrestare il veicolo in sicurezza prima della striscia di arresto. Is it true or false? Vero or falso? So the question number one. L'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si affretti a sgombrare l'incrocio quando compaia su semaforo la luce Ok, so the question says, l'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si affretti a sgomberare l'incrocio quando compaia sul semaforo la luce gialla fissa e non sia in grado di arrestare il veicolo in sicurezza prima della linea, prima della striscia di arresto. Now, what is this question telling us? It's telling you that, for example, if you find yourself a traffic light, and the traffic light is in this kind of situation of this vehicle here, You see this vehicle is already in the middle of the junction, and the traffic light is yellow fixed light. So what this vehicle need to do, and this vehicle, is for them to quickly free the junction, because they were unable to stop before this transverse line. And the answer is vero to question number 1. L'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si affretti a sgomberare l'incrocio quando compaia sul semaforo la luce gialla fissa e non sia in grado di arrestare il veicolo in sicurezza prima della striscia di arresto. The answer is vero. So let us look at question number 2. Question number 2 says, l'uso corretto della strada comporta che si guardino gli specchi retrovisori prima di azionare l'indicatore di direzione per cambiare corsia. Is it true or false? Question number 2. L'uso corretto della strada comporta che si guardino gli specchi retrovisori prima di azionare l'indicatore di direzione per cambiare corsia. Okay, so the question number 2 is telling you that the correct use of road, is that you watch your mirror, your reverse mirror, before applying the direction indication in order to change lane. It is true. This is also expected of you during your exam, your practical exam. Before you change lane, you are supposed to watch your side mirror before you change lane to know whether there is a vehicle behind you that is carrying out overtaking, or whether, yes, whether it's safe for you to change lane. So it is something that you need to do even in your exam day, during practical. So the answer to the question number 2 is vero. L'uso corretto della strada comporta che si guardino gli specchi retrovisori prima di azionare l'indicatore di direzione per cambiare corsia. The answer is vero. Question number 3 is said l'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si arresti in ogni caso in presenza del segnale in figura. Is it true or false? L'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si arresti in ogni caso in presenza del segnale in figura. Vero o falso? Question number 3. Okay, so it said the correct use of road is that you will have to stop at every time that this sign is given. Now, remember, this is segnale, as they call it, dare precedenza, dare precedenza a destra e a sinistra, all'occorrenza a fermarsi. That is to say, if you are engaging a junction, for example, here, and you have this sign here, what you need to do is to slow down. When you get here, you slow down. Now, you don't necessarily need to stop. You slow down. If vehicle is coming from your left or from your right, but in this case, because this is a one-way, Yes, the one way, sorry, this is a roundabout. In this case, you only need to watch your left, you understand? But generally, you slow down, watch your left and right. If there is a vehicle, then you stop and give right of way to that vehicle. That is what the sign is saying. So if there is no vehicle, there is no need for you to stop. So it is not necessary for you to stop always. Therefore, the answer is falso because you don't always need to stop because you have this sign. L'uso corretto is not the correct way to use road. You understand? In that case, l'uso corretto della strada comporta che ci si arresti in ogni caso in presenza del segnale in figura. No, it is not true. It's falso because you don't always need to stop. You can only stop when a vehicle is coming. Then you stop to allow the vehicle to pass first. The answer is falso. Then question number 4, he said, su una strada a doppio senso di circolazione per svoltare a sinistra è necessario spostare a sinistra della linea continua di mezzeria, vero o falso? Su una strada a doppio senso di circolazione, su una strada a doppio senso di marcia, per svoltare a sinistra è necessario spostarsi a sinistra della linea continua di mezzeria. Vero o falso? Su una strada a doppio senso di marcia, per svoltare a sinistra è necessario spostarsi a sinistra della linea continua di mezzeria. True or false? Vero o falso? Question number 4, vero o falso? Okay, so question number 4 is saying that in a road of double-way traffic, whereby you have vehicle that is going and vehicle that is coming, in order to turn left, that you need to move to the left side of the middle line. Now, take note. For example, this is a road. This is what they refer to linea di mezzeria, right? In this linea di mezzeria, remember, this part of it, we have the right part. This part of it, we have the left part. So if I am referring to la parte destro de la linea di mezzeria, I'm referring to this part. If I am referring to la parte sinistra della linea di mezzeria, I'm referring to this part. Now, what now happened? If, for example, I want to turn left, because that question is telling me that if I want to turn left in a double-way traffic, that I need to stay by the left part of the middle line. So in that case, or in the other hand, I need to place myself in this kind of position. Now, this is a wrong way to turn left. This is called contromano. You are going against the direction of travel of the vehicles, or the lane of vehicles the lane reserved for the vehicles that are coming from your opposite direction. This is not the correct way to use the road or to turn left. How are you supposed to turn left? You stay like this. When you stay like this, which part of the linea di Meseria are you staying now? You are staying in the right part. Remember, I said, if this is linea di Meseria, this part is the parte destro della linea di Meseria. This part is the parte sinistro della linea di Meseria. So you are supposed to stay linea parte della destro, not sinistro. That is why the answer to that question is falso. Look at it here. They said, su una strada a doppio senso di marcia per svuotare a sinistra è necessario spostarsi a sinistra della linea di Meseria. If it was destra, the answer would have been vero. But considering the fact that they told us is sinistra, no, it is falso. Please, if you don't understand, you can ask your question in the comment section. Should there be anything you don't understand regarding the explanations, the words, or whatsoever? So the answer is falso to question number 4. Let's check out question number 5. It said, su una strada a doppio senso di marcia, per svuotare a sinistra è necessario arrestarsi prima di completare la manovra, anche se non sopraggiungono veicoli. Vero o falso? Question number 5. Su una strada a doppio senso di marcia, per svuotare a sinistra è necessario arrestarsi prima di completare la manovra, anche se non sopraggiungono veicoli. Vero o falso? Good afternoon, everyone. I can see your greetings. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So question number 5. Su una strada a doppio senso di marcia, per svuotare a sinistra è necessario arrestarsi prima di completare la manovra, anche se non sopraggiungono veicoli. Okay, so the question is telling us that in a double-way traffic, in order to turn left, it is necessary to stop before completing the maneuver. Also, even if no vehicle is coming. No, it is not true. Because why do you have to stop here? The reason you have to stop here is to give the right of way to vehicle that is coming from your opposite direction. Because don't forget that the general rules of intersection states that whenever two vehicles are about to engage intersection and their trajectories are about to intersect, that you must give right of way to vehicle that is coming from your right. Because if this vehicle, this vehicle will not turn to, let's for example, this direction to turn right, you see the right hand of this vehicle would be this part, and this vehicle is engaging it. Therefore, this vehicle must have to wait for this one to pass. You understand? So this is the reason why this vehicle, we have to wait for this vehicle to pass. But what now happens if no vehicle is coming? If no vehicle is coming from the right hand of this vehicle, there'll be no need for this vehicle to stop. So it is not true that the vehicle will always have to stop, because if the vehicle is not coming, all you just need to do is to turn left and go to wherever you are going. So it is not true that su una strada a doppio senso di marcia per svuotare a sinistra è necessario arrestarsi prima di completare la manovra, anche se non sopraggiungono veicoli. The answer is falso. Now, question number 6. Question number 6. It said, in presenza del segnale di stop, non occorre arrestarsi se non vi è la linea trasversale di arresto e non si vedono sopraggiungere veicoli. Is it true or false? Vero o falso? In presenza del segnale di stop, non occorre arrestarsi se non vi è la linea trasversale. Se non vi è la linea trasversale di arresto e non si vedono sopraggiungere veicoli. So the question number 6 said, in the presence of a stop sign, that it is not necessary to stop if there is no transverse line, and also you didn't see any vehicle that is coming. No, it is not true. Please remember, for example, while you be doing your exam, whenever you see a stop sign, whether the line is on the ground or not, because sometimes due to time, rainfall, sun, whatsoever, or maybe even snow, you might not see the stop sign on the ground. So, but considering the fact that you are having the vertical sign, even though you didn't see the horizontal sign, please, you are obliged to stop. Whether you see any vehicle coming or you see any vehicle not coming, you didn't see any vehicle coming, sorry, you must stop. And please, this is very important, because on your exam day, the examinatory decoder is going to intentionally take you to one of the most dangerous places where you need to stop, where they have this sign. They know them. They are definitely going to take you there. Remember, whether you see any vehicle coming or you didn't see any vehicle coming, you must stop. Then and move again. How do you stop and move again? For example, you were in gear 4 before. So as you see there's a sign, you need to, decelerate. You need to take it from 4 to 3, 3 to 2. Then you stop at 2, the second gear. Then after stopping, then you now have to, bring the gear to gear number 1. Watch the road very well. Now, the mistake some people made also here, they will stop here. You understand? So when they stop here, they didn't see the road clearly. You understand? So then you will now move again and enter the road even without. So that is error. You understand? If you want to stop, you stop in correspondence to the transverse line in a way that will enable you to see the road. Don't stop above it. Don't stop too far from it, because if you stop too far from it, what is now assuring me that you can see the road? Because that line that is marked there, they mark it in a way that by the time you stop in correspondence to that line, you'll be able to see the road from the left and right to know whether the road is free or it is not. And please take note, a stop sign is always placed in one of the most dangerous points in the road. So that is why you must always respect this sign. It is not something to see, maybe to think it's not important, no. And I think there's also a question that said, during the night hour, if no vehicle is coming, you don't need to stop. No. During the day, during the night, you must stop. before you engage the road. So the answer is, it said, in presenza del segnale di stop non occorre arrestarsi se non vi è la linea trasversale di arresto e non si vedono sopraggiungere veicoli. It is falso, because even though the linea di arresto, which is the transverse line, is not there, you must stop. Even though you didn't see any vehicle coming, you must stop as long as you have the horizontal stop sign. The answer is falso. Question number 7. It said, in presenza del segnale dare precedenza, occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. Vero o falso? In presenza del segnale dare precedenza, occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. Is it true or false? Question number 7. In presenza del segnale dare precedenza, occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. Vero o falso? Okay, so he said in presenza del segnale dare precedenza. So it is referring to the presence of this sign, dare precedenza. And he said what? Occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità. That is, you need to, or it is necessary to be prudent and moderate your velocity. You need to pay attention, you need to be very careful, and you need to slow down, which is true. And what? He said, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. That is to say, you can only stop in case of necessity, which is true, because this sign is not obliging you to stop at all times. It only obliges you to stop by the presence or at the occurrence of another vehicle. So when you have this sign, it means that whenever you have another vehicle, you need to stop to give right of way to that vehicle. You understand? So what happens if there is no vehicle, just like in this kind of situation, no vehicle, this vehicle don't necessarily need to stop. What he or she need to do is to engage the junction and move. But remember, even though there is no vehicle here, this vehicle have the driver of this vehicle have the duty to make sure it slow down and watch very well with attention, before engaging the junction. So by watching, you don't necessarily need to stop before you watch. That can only happen in a place where you have the stop sign, but this is not the stop sign. This one is slow down, watch. If vehicle is coming, give right of way to that vehicle, then before you engage the junction. So the answer is, what was the question again? In presenza del segnale dare precedenza, occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. Yes, vero. It is true. Yes, vero. In presenza del segnale dare precedenza, occorre usare prudenza e moderare la velocità, ma occorre arrestarsi solo in caso di necessità. The answer is vero. Question number 8. È vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione immettersi nel flusso della circolazione provenendo da strada laterale. Vero o falso? è vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, mettersi nel flusso della circolazione provenendo da strada laterale, vero o falso? Ok, è vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, mettersi nel flusso della circolazione provenendo da strada laterale. No, it is not true, because what is the question telling us? It's saying that it is prohibited. It is prohibited as long as it's dangerous to as long as it's dangerous or obstructive to circulation to enter the road, to enter the road from this from any of the road by the side of a major road. In that case, when you are having a major road, which is the principal road, then you are having another, let me say, a junction, left or right. So this question is trying to tell you that it is prohibited from vehicles to enter from those roads from either left or right, because it is dangerous and is obstructive now, or is obstructive. Let's, for example, look at it here in a situation like this. So is it prohibited for this vehicle to enter into circulation? The answer is no. Is it dangerous? Yes. Is it obstructive? Yes. That is why the driver of this vehicle need to give right of way to the vehicles that are already in circulation. But is it prohibited for the vehicle to enter? No. Otherwise, how can any or every other vehicles enter into circulation? Because don't forget that every vehicle that is moving in a major road, they all came from a minor road before accessing that major road. So it is not true that it is prohibited for vehicles to enter a road from the left, because from the side of the road or wheresoever, because it's dangerous, and also it can obstruct circulation. No. The answer is falso. È vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, mettersi nel flusso della circolazione provenendo da strada laterale. No, falso. Then question number 9. It said è vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, tenersi su margine sinistro della carreggiata per svoltare in una strada a destra. Vero o falso? Question number 9. È vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione tenersi su margine sinistro della carreggiata per svoltare in una strada a destra. Now, Look at this question here. And look at this road here. For example, when we talked about this sign before, this junction before, we said if you are turning left, for example, you need to engage yourself here. You place yourself by the the right side of the linea di mezzeria, the right side of it. Why do you have to do so? Is to allow passage to vehicles that are coming from your behind. You understand? Then you have to wait for this vehicle that is coming from your front to pass. So this is where you need to stay and not here. You understand? Because this is the left part of the carriageway. Because if I'm having from here to here to be one carriageway, this is the right part of the carriageway, this is the left part of the carriageway, this is the road by the right. So in order to turn to this, in order to turn to the road by the right, what I need to do is to stay here and I will turn to the road by the right. And if I am staying here, what part of the carriageway am I? I'm on the right part of the carriageway. Remember, this is the left part of the carriageway. But the question is saying that, you know, it is prohibited. Is it prohibited? Where is the question? It said, è vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione tenersi su margine sinistro della carreggiata per svoltare in una strada a destra. That is to say, it is prohibited. And also, it is prohibited and also is dangerous and obstructive to circulation by keeping yourself to the left part of the carriageway or left margin of the carriageway in order to turn to the right, to the road by the right, which is true because look at it here. Like, for example, I said, if I want to turn right, I need to stay here. I don't have to stay here to turn right. And I don't have to stay here to turn left. You understand? So that is it. This is how the turning left and right is supposed to be done in a road with double way traffic and not the other way around. So the answer is vero. È vietato in quanto costituisce pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione tenersi su margine sinistro della carreggiata per svuotare in una strada a destra. No, it is just, it is vero. You don't have to stay, it is prohibited because you don't have to stay by the left side of the road to turn to the right, to the road by the right. So the answer is vero. Now, question number 10. It said, in vicinanza o in corrispondenza degli incroci extraurbani non è consentito superare la velocità di 60 km/h. What is our response to this question number 10? And please take note, this is our last question for today. In vicinanza in corrispondenza degli incroci extraurbani non è consentito superare la velocità di 60 km/h. In vicinanza o in corrispondenza degli incroci extraurbani non è consentito superare la velocità di 60 km/h. Question number 10 is the last question for today. What is our response? In vicinanza o in corrispondenza degli incroci estraurbani non è consentito superare la velocità di 60 km/h. Ok. Incrocio estraurbani, what will be the maximum speed limit that we know? What do we know to, or what can we remember to be the maximum speed limit of incrocio estraurbani? Just trying to pull our legs a little bit. So let's try to remember. What is the maximum speed? Incrocio estraurbani. What is the maximum speed limit in incrocio? Or let me see, okay, let's do it like this. In strada estraurbani, because I know maybe while some of us might not not understand the question or don't know what to say about the question, is because I always say estraurbani. But if you look at this question, even though they are not specifically referring to estraurbana secundaria, they say in vicinanza o in corrispondenza degli incroci estraurbani. So they are referring to strada estraurbana secundaria, because remember, in strada estraurbana principale, you don't have incroci, you understand? So they are referring to strada estraurbana secundaria. So I ask again, what is our speed limit in strada estraurbana secundaria? What do you remember to be the maximum speed in strada estraurbana secundaria? This is our last question today. Okay. Now, take note, in strada estraurbana secundaria, the maximum speed is 90 kilometers per hour. The same thing is applicable, at any of the junction. It's only that when you are approaching a junction, it is necessary that you moderate your velocity, you reduce your speed. But that does not mean that, because you are at any junction of strada estraurbana, that you cannot exceed 60 kilometers per hour. No, it's not true, because as long as the strada estraurbana is 90 kilometers per hour, for those of us who rode 70, please, it's not 70, it's 90. And the reason why you see 70 in most of the roads sometimes, these are the conditions that the owner of the road give due to the condition of that road. So they just decide to reduce it because maybe the owner of the road felt that this 90 kilometers per hour is too much for this type of road due to the condition of the road. But generally it's 90 kilometers per hour. So that is why, please let it not, don't see it as 70 kilometers per hour, no. Because sometimes you see 70, this is because the owner of the road decided to reduce it. Generally it's 90 kilometers per hour. So it is not true that, close to a junction or in correspondence to a junction of outside inhabited area that you cannot exceed 60 kilometers per hour. No, it is fast. So guys, the question is fast. So in vicinanza o in corrispondenza degli incroci estraurbani non è consentito superare La velocità di 60 km orario. The answer is fast. So guys, this is where we are going to leave it for today. And please don't forget that you can join our Zoom class by reaching out to me through this number 388-643-1524 that you're seeing on the screen. You can you have 2 days of free classes to join our Zoom class where we explain things in details. And I welcome you as you do so. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you for your time. And for those of you who like this video, shared with your friends, I appreciate you. For those of you who did not, I appreciate you as well. Have a wonderful weekend. See you some other time.